to the RationalInvestor.com's Daily Brief. The answer to your question is learn the goddamn process, trade your trading plans, don't take too much risk on any one trade, and just let yourself get rich.
Hello, everyone. Well, that sounds far away. Holy echo chamber. Anyway, I don't know how I sound online, but here I am. Welcome back to the Rational Investors Daily Brief, our free video. Directors have suggested we try and keep this relatively short, simply because the internet's a little bit questionable where we are right at the moment. And if I understand correctly, we did one of these earlier in the week, I think from Crescent City or something like that, and it was barely audible. So maybe I see Ed and I see Meg in the lounge. Maybe you could throw up the YouTube page and just monitor to see how that's going. I appreciate the feedback, but great to see you guys here in the call with us here. Oh, and I see a couple people are saying hello from YouTube page. So hi guys. I don't know whether you guys saw, of course, of late. Let's see, where's the best place to show you this? Maybe we'll go on over here. We are officially in El Salvador. Dun, dun, dun. Let's pop on over to my funny page with my guy. There you are. So here we are. You can even see we are at, what's the name of this beach again?
Surf City.
Surf City, but what was it? El Turco? Anyway, El Turco. I'm sure I'll get that right over the next few days. And actually, I was even talking to a couple local surfers, and we were going, yep, Mr. Spicoli would approve of these waves. So kind of a fun reference there for you. So actually, it was a lot of fun when we got here. We actually arrived at like 4 o'clock in the morning, I guess, maybe 4:30. And we were able to watch the sunrise there a couple days ago. That was a special treat with my boys. Crowbar, TBG. I don't know if you guys know. I think TBG, everybody knows you on the site is TBG, right? And then, of course, your show director, producer, and all-around swell guy, Chris, my co-pilot on the drive down from Seattle. So we made it! Woo! It's a miracle! Anyway, so I think we got the camera on, but we have a green screen going right now. You probably just see like around the outside of my head, you can see a little bit of the background. Maybe over the next few days, we'll figure out how to get me set up so you guys can see the ocean in the background. But basically, this is literally right outside our door. It's quite shocking. You would be paying like ridiculous amounts of money to have your hotel like right on the boardwalk. This is like literally right outside our window here. Anyway, in fact, actually, TBG, you had a video that you did that you shared on the site recently, like the tour of this place, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So if you are on the site and you want to see where we are, check out TBG's video that he shared on. I suppose something of a bit of a concern when I pulled up the breadth of the market here. I've told you guys repeatedly that if I ever see a situation where the short term and the medium term are both egregiously overbought like this, major warning sign. You know, they always say markets can remain illogical far longer than any of us can remain solvent. So it's not really a sell signal unto itself, but it is a warning that hopefully you bought stuff over the past 6 months, 8 months, right? And you're seeing your assets double, triple, quadruple, and you are paying yourself for your hard work. I mean, this is the definition of an uppy market. And, you know, professionals, they sell into up markets and they buy into down markets. I don't know whether you can do that or not, but, you know, there's some really good examples right now. There was one that I had mentioned the other day. We already banged out doubles on it. And now my job is just don't fucking fire it up. And look at this damn thing go. Woohoo! CHR just keeps powering its way higher here. That was the chart from first thing this morning. I'm not quite sure what it looks like right at the moment, but I wouldn't be surprised if it looks similar to that. So, you know, this is the kind of market that we're in. You know, all the people that took the time and effort to position themselves earlier on in the year, there we are. We're making a shooting star now, and I guess that really shouldn't surprise. The problem here is, you know, and you all know this, at least I don't know how many people are watching this video. But who are these people now? Why would you come in and buy this asset way up here? And what are they going to be doing now that they've gone and, oh, hello. No, actually, I'm nice and full. Thanks. I snuck a bit while it was brewing. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, actually, you remembered. That's sweet of you. I asked you to remind me. Thank you very much. Gotta tell you, the team here, the one good part about, I don't know, building this website and sort of the whole PMA, in which, well, want to try and be good with each other. I tell you, when I come on these road trips, man, I see the people's generosity and their good-natured spirit, and it fills my soul. These are UTRIers are really, really good people. So anyway, and I'm seeing it sort of live in front of me. In fact, thank you very much, sir, for breakfast.
Yes. Thanks, Chris.
Yeah. So anyway, point of the matter here is seeing lots of this kind of price action in crypto right now. And, if anything, what I need you guys to do is start seeing, playing connect the dots. Seeing, oh, where the hell did my damn dashboard go? Seeing this image, right? And just saying, well, is it a good idea for me to come in and risk my hard-earned money when the market looks like that? And then, of course, pulling up like a chart, like this funny little CHR that I was looking at here. I'm working on a different sort of computer setup, so I think I lost my other screen that's running. But I think you guys get the idea. Here's another one that's popping here this morning. Look at that LPT go. Great part about it is I think we've already banged out a double on this thing, so now it's just gravy land. But again, I mean, can you come in and buy that? And what are these people? We all know what they're named, right? I don't know. It's tough to slow the public down in this kind of market state. In fact, I think I even put a tweet out kind of going, careful all you public. Just understand the market state. Understand what you're getting involved in here. In fact, I think that's what I said. Big warning. Just be careful. That's really got to be my major message. Now, hopefully, you're selling into these rallies and paying yourself for your hard work. Overview of the market itself. Brent is acting a little bit wonky here. I'm a little bit curious. I think when I get back, maybe we got to dig into this data set and the functions of the breadth indicator. It has been pointing lower for a while. If we actually look at the broader market itself, what's sort of the news that's driving all this? Do I have my news on here? Oh, actually, no, I want to go back here. Sorry. Inflation still a problem. Interesting how this is producer prices now coming out. We had been talking recently about how PPI was relatively benign, but you can kind of see the data here. 0.5% increase when the market was kind of looking for a flat number. That's probably caught the market a bit off guard. I have been talking to you guys recently about how the bond market is now starting to kind of roll over here. And to me, that looks a little dangerous, a little bit suspicious here. So, if we pop on over to, which chart do I want? There, over here. This bond market is probably the key to all of this. We want to keep an eye on how these guys are acting here. Interesting how a W is trying to come in right here. Like, this is such a critical juncture point. The only question you have to ask yourself here is there something else going on behind the scenes with things like options expiry? As I said, that's a pretty nasty number. Was that number baked into price here recently? As it's been coming off here, maybe. But if we scroll back to that actual news there, maybe if you guys want to chat, it's totally cool if you do it maybe in that room. Thanks, man. This gets me a little bit concerned that we should probably even start looking for M's and W's in this data set. Doesn't look like we're getting anything like breakout wise. Probably keep it. In fact, actually, probably the market. I would even say, whatever this data point here is, if we start ticking up there, then you can tell that the inflation problems come back. And if anything, this makes sense because the Fed and the banksters and Yellen, all that, I think they artificially manipulated the yield curve there, the long end of the curve in particular. Artificially, I don't think, like, if they kept on that track, then I think they would have kept the inflation numbers relatively benign. But we kind of talked about this. There's some kind of crazy cabal plan here to try and refinance all the debt issuers at lower rates. Once that's been done, and you can see the bond market now is actually, in fact, probably the best message that you could take away from this image right here is that the bond market itself actually knew that uptick inflation was coming. And really, this is where it's not so much that you're going to take the trade, but can you listen to the message of the markets? Because this is a very, very clear message from the market. Can you listen to it? Can you respect it? And then, of course, can you position yourself correctly? I would hate to say it, and it was interesting how on that 27-minute chart, right, my Tesla 3-hour chart kind of idea, you can kind of see that they're trying like the dickens to hold the market in at these levels. I guess the question that I would have, and this is sort of the big $64,000 question with a day like today, is I guess we can just, where do I actually, oh, wait a minute, I gotta figure out which keyboard this is.
Should be able to use the keyboard.
No, can't. Tried that before, it didn't work. That's okay though, no big deal. All right, so looking at the long bond, like we said, today is options expiry, third Friday of the month. This is a very important date. Maybe in the after party we'll dig into this data a little bit more, but the long and short of it here is clearly, if you worked with me at all over the years, you know how important options open interest is heading into these big monthly expiries, and where are the puts. And so we could probably get a pretty good idea of where the market's uncle point is with regard to expiry. Interesting. Look at this guy here, the 94. That guy's going to expire in the money unless they can somehow convince this market. Look at that. You can see it actually. Well, I don't know why it's sticking up. But if they can somehow get this market up here, say up into this 94 area by the end of the day, rally at a good point and a half, they can actually cause a lot of pain in the put holders' pocketbooks. And this will be interesting to see where this contract actually goes out today, to see if Wall Street is actually going to be forced to actually go in and buy TLTs, which is the big US Treasury bond ETF. So that would be the kind of thing that I would be following here today. Interesting how that PPI number actually came out where the market was driven down. But like I said, maybe we'll take a look at that in the after party. Probably finish off this free video. So just trying to give you an idea of what sort of bigger picture is going on. Inflation data is ticking up, and anybody who's sort of like a macro player, actually, no, we don't want to be over in DeFi yet. Put that screen away, sorry. Anybody who's playing sort of the bigger picture kind of trade, we're at a pretty darn important inflection point here. And really, I might argue how this range resolves itself. If you see price on these long bonds back above 119, 119 and a half, let's call it, then I think that, they've dodged whatever inflation problem was perceived in the market. But given the fact that we do have this huge M working, and the fact that's actually fascinating how this will end up. If we actually close the market here, like I said, in the after party, maybe we'll look at the TLTs and look at it in particular. But if we close out here, Wall Street's going to be forced to be long. And that means first thing Monday morning, they're going to want to sell off those positions and square up their books. There's no way they're going to be able to want, because through this options expiry, they're going to be forced to do business. And there's no way they're going to want to just be net long a gazillion TLTs. And then, of course, if we think of good old things like Foggenbaum, if we do actually reject here and we lose these lows, I can't see any reason why we don't have to basically take this entire rally that we've seen over the past 6 months back from, 4 months back from the market here. So get ready, folks. I think this is the catalyst that's probably going to drive the narrative over the next 6-8 months. But we'll see what happens. Finish off this free video. Quick look at the Bitcoin. Of course, we're in sort of Bitcoin heaven here right now. Looking at Bitcoin itself, where's the best way to Isn't that funny how I don't have this on here? These are pre-images, aren't they? Yeah, so let's pop on over. Well, where are we going to do this? Well, I guess we'll just do a clean chart. Keep it nice and simple. And how much time are we running here? Yeah, I got about 5 minutes left. So let's do a quick summary of crypto and send you good people on your way. So, keep it simple, stupid. Had you seen things like these inverted head and shoulders, W's, way back in the fall? I guess that's about a year and a half ago now. That's where you should be long. We talked a little bit about this at the very beginning of the broadcast, some of these little names going a little bit crazy to the upside right now. Same thing on Bitcoin. I mean, hell, if you even just bought this simple inverted head and shoulders, let's keep it simple. I think that's your neckline in there somewhere. So zoom, 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 zoom. Well, anywhere up in this area, you should probably be paying yourself. Interesting how they ran that high there. That was an important resistance high, 48.22. And of course, we had a high there, 48.975. Pullback came down to a low here of 38.524. And I would have been looking for some sort of pullback ultimate low there, 32.9. And then we've reversed higher. So this is where all the crypto kids start to lose their lunch. You ready, folks? So I don't see any reason why we can't do something like boom, 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 boom. So I would say if this asset, like, it would be really interesting to do would be compare sort of the monetary adjusted Bitcoin, because the news coming out here is there's just absolutely no stop with this debt spiral. I mean, this is getting serious, folks. The headlines here, just pulling up the rags here this morning, are where was that one? I can't remember. Actually, you know what I think it was? I think it was over here. Here we are. Headlines from the Wall Street Journal, too. U.S. government will soon spend more on interest payments than defense. This is getting insane. And the worst part about it is you just heard me ranting about how I think interest rates are going up. And I think they're going up appreciably because they manipulated the market to make damn sure that they could make sure that all these zombie companies just keep going. So, I mean, the situation's not getting any better. And, Yellen has said it publicly. Powell has said it publicly. The U.S. government is on an unsustainable path with fiscal policy. I mean, the writing's on the walls, but do you see anybody in Washington even blinking right now? In that kind of environment, they're just going to keep printing. This is Venezuela. I mean, it's ironic because we're sitting here down in Central America kind of joking, oh yeah, Venezuela, remember that? Ha, 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 ha. Well, I hate to say it, folks, but all of us in the West, we're heading down exactly the same path. So, what if you keep printing money, of course, that keeps devaluing the purchasing power of the currency. This isn't really a conversation about how wonderful Bitcoin is. This is really more a conversation about how completely worthless this thing is that you're pricing these damn Bitcoins in. And in that kind of scenario, God, the sky's a freaking limit. So I don't have a problem if somebody actually posted an inverted head and shoulders. And I think the key here is if you see volume ramp up. I hear a lot of people in the public talking rah, rah, Bitcoin. But I'm from Missouri. So if you know what our state motto is, what I want to see is I want to see the buyers actually step up here. We did see the sellers step up here, right, through this window right here. So as it is right now, I think it's incumbent that the buyers, we see some big green chunky bars to actually validate this breakout. If we do, and we hold on to these, and you start seeing bullish structure coming in on the lower time frames, pushing higher on volume, then we can actually start thinking about these crazy ass huge inverted head and shoulders. I would just say in the near term, as I had said a few minutes ago, really can't really justify being a buyer here. And I suppose maybe on lower time frames you can hunt set up trades. I really like the rule, and it's just, keep it simple, stupid. If I'm going to come in on the buy side, at the very least, I'd like to see, at least a 33% correction. And of course, things like we'd love to see the market pull back. Notice how that key low there is the 38.2. So I'd love to see a nice consolidation in here to actually validate this breakout. And then maybe actually I could consider turning uber bullish. I'd also say too, and we should probably wind up on this note, if we're watching total, and if we just look at the daily charts, try to take some simple messages out of this market. As I showed you, I mean, there's some names that are going absolutely crazy right now. And in this kind of environment, I saw, I posted on Twitter yesterday. I think this is an absolutely perfect analogy of this market. We're back into the days where you actually have these pump groups going. So usually this kind of market state, where the heck was it? Usually this kind of market state, it doesn't stop until there's some sort of horrendous break in a system. And of course, you can see Brian commenting about his wonderful, chaotic country. But these kind of, oh, isn't that interesting? They got rid of it. That's interesting. All right, well, this post, and I should probably take a screenshot of these things before, but this was subscribe to our pump group and we'll let you know which coin we're pumping next. And it's like, oh shit, it's not this kind of market state, is it? This is the frothy part of the market state where the public comes in, they think this is easy as shooting fish in a barrel, and they might bang off a couple really nice wins and they're hooked, right? And that's the hook. And then, I've said repeatedly that I do like the idea that Bitcoin tops out about a month or so ahead of its halving event. So, we all know that the halving event is what, I guess, just about a month from now, right? So if we think that the market likes to top out about a month ahead of that event, so that puts that window there, maybe that's there. I won't haggle that with you. But over this short-term window here, oh man, anything can happen in that window, especially with all these pump groups coming back on and starting to get the circle jerk sort of, all we need is a couple of these little ones to go absolutely crazy, and the public's going to come, FOMOing in here ridiculously hard. So just be aware of that, folks. And, as we've said before, we are now up into trade location, kind of the same thing as Bitcoin. We have indicator confirmation, but as I pointed out there a moment ago, the bearish divergence is getting smashed here. And RSI smashing downtrend lines. And as a result, we have to, if anything, now, if we're thinking 3 steps for a top, so we have location, then we had indicator confirmation, but notice no M ever came in. This is why you really need to follow these 3 steps. So divergences have now been broken. Market is ratcheting higher here, but you can see we're actually overbought again, kind of like what I showed you with the breadth indicator. So it's awfully tough to come in on the buy side. What I would just simply say is all the shit that you bought down in here, it's payday. You all should be like loading up your screens in the morning and seeing crazy charts. I think I showed you earlier a couple of these that were popping for us. And hopefully what you're also seeing is, hey, look at that. I got filled on my double order. Yay, I got filled on my double order. All that kind of talk, right? As these names are going parabolic. Can I be a buyer here? No way in hell, right? But, am I laughing? You tell me. And this is really, actually, that's a perfect screen to end the video on, because I think that one image right there summarizes the market perfectly. I hope you're all ringing the register and enjoying the great atmosphere of winning this game, if you came in and bought where you were supposed to. All right, everybody, I think we'll leave the free broadcast at that. That was about a half an hour. Have yourselves a great rest of your day. We'll try and do a broiler chickens on Sunday. No guarantees. I am supposed to technically be on vacation. I've told the level 3ers I'll be away for the next couple of weeks. So they're sort of in hiatus, but Chris is driving the bus here from El Salvador and Crypto Beach, and I wouldn't be surprised if we have a couple more broadcasts before I officially tune out for a week or so for some serious vacation time. All right, everybody, have a great day. PMA for the win. So say wins. Don't take no win. No go. Bye for now, you bet it, motherfucker.